Namaste. Welcome to the Trying. I am your host, Damani Carter. Over there is my esteemed co-host, Mr. Byron Keaton. This is the Try to Be Gone podcast. I think I said that already. Welcome. Glad to have y'all. Only the two of us today. I'm out here again, like the Bulls in '94. I got no mic. Byron, how we doing today?
I am doing very average. Well, very average. I felt better probably about 3 hours ago.
So you one of those people?
But yeah.
You one of them people that be taking the question too serious? Good. Yeah, I'm okay. That's them type of answer.
Yeah, I'm supposed to. You ask me a question, I'm supposed to answer it truthfully. That's the difference between you and I. I'm a truthful person, you're not.
What's contributing to your average feeling?
That's the tough part. I don't know. Well, I guess I feel like today was no different than yesterday. And with it not being any different than yesterday, I feel like it's average. It wasn't anything that brought my emotions down. It was nothing really that brought my emotions up.
So you got like a groundhog
day. Say what?
You got like a Groundhog Day thing going on?
What's that supposed to mean?
You've never seen Groundhog Day?
The movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never even heard of
it. See, you got to understand these references, bro. So you in a professional space now. People are going to be firing stuff at you. You got to be able to understand stuff like that. See,
when year did the movie come out?
This is assisting in your professional development.
What year did the movie come out?
I don't know. If I wasn't recording on my phone, I'd look it up for you, but I have no idea.
Sounds like a movie that was probably in the 90s, so I didn't watch it. Not HD.
It's when a lot of the best movies were made. But anyways, we always go too long in the intro. Wherever you're rocking with us, we appreciate you rocking with us. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and of course YouTube. We have, let's see, let me get the rundown right this time. Again, everything's going to be time-stamped in the description. You see something you like, see something you don't, skip to it or skip over it. We're going to first talk about the state of the Los Angeles Lakers and who's going to win out in this regular season thing. I'm heartbroken. Brown just went down with an ankle injury. But we'll get into it.
It wasn't an ankle.
Whatever it was. NBA buff. All right. Then we're going to talk. Byron wants to, for some reason, discuss nature versus nurture and how it contributes to who you are as a hobbyist and a sports individual. So we'll see where he goes with that. I'm going to let him spearhead that. That's his brainchild. I'm definitely making him take all the credit for that one. And this was kind of me. I got to think.
No, I'm not. No. You're not just going to take credit for the third one.
I'm definitely taking credit for third. I posed the question in the group chat today. Did I not? So you making a rundown too long, bro. They're gonna skip over this. They're gonna skip over and they're not gonna hear all this all that we have to offer. Fellas or ladies, whoever. You know, this is a question for everybody. If your significant other's favorite artist brings them up on stage at a concert and they show out, can you live with it? Can you take it? Maybe this is a fragile question. I'm definitely going to expose some of my fragility in that. So we'll get to that one later. But like I said, anything that we talk about is going to be timestamped in the description. Byron, what's going on with the Lakers, man?
So it's multifaceted. So first, I need to say my little 2 cents about two people in the NBA that I dislike. They're maybe not the most, but they're up there. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka.
Here we go.
The problem is the Lakers are currently in the 13th seed, only like 4 games back from the 6th seed. However, if either one of them just had somewhat of a brain and completed a trade either this summer or any time before the trade deadline, Brun wouldn't have been playing 40 minutes a game. He wouldn't have never gotten hurt. Well, it's less likely for him to have gotten hurt to the extent that he's gotten hurt at this point. So I blame Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss for LeBron's injury. Can the Lakers make the playoffs? Maybe. I don't know, because I still think Anthony Davis has injury issues.
You think?
I don't want to put my faith in somebody who can't play over 3 weeks without getting hurt. And now he's expected to have a heavy load, you know? He's supposed to carry more weight at this point.
Hey, bro. Whew. Hey.
He's expected to do more for the team. But I think he can do it, but I love the additions of D'Angelo Russell, Vanderbilt, Hachimura, Mo Bamba. Who else? It seems like it's one more. Vanderbilt, Hachimura, Mo Bamba.
Beasley.
Malik Beasley, yeah. I love the additions. I think this looks more like a playoff caliber team. However, it only can go as far as 80 and LeBron take us. Oh, but great job.
What'd you say?
Great job by Pelinka from getting the worst contract in basketball history off of the Los Angeles Lakers. I couldn't be more happy to see Russell Westbrook on the Clippers. I hope he thrives. He just wasn't a great fit for us.
Us? What did you say?
Bro, I told you I had Derek Fisher come to my birthday party. Did you?
That doesn't make you a Laker. That doesn't make you a Laker fan, bro. I hate to break it to you.
How many Lakers games have you been to?
0. What does that matter?
When was the first time? Oh, I went to a Laker game in the first grade.
Brian, let me put it to you like
I've
this.
been a Laker fan since the jump.
Okay, so when I was a child and both of my parents worked at the University of Arkansas, I was not a Razorback fan. I really wasn't. I did all the Woo Pig Sueys and I did a bunch of stuff, but my brother was playing at Oklahoma and I was not a Razorback. I promise you I was not. I was not. So that I was a fan by association stuff. No, that's not how that works. I know who you rooted for. I was living in the house with you when Brian was in Cleveland for I think a brief minute when he was with it was all Cleveland. It was all Cleveland. So I know where your fandom lies. It's with LeBron James. That's fine. Say that you're a fan of LeBron. Say that you support the Lakers because LeBron's on them. But don't say us when you're talking about the. That's where the line is for me.
Let me stop you right there. The first time I had consciousness to be able to actually root for a team in the NBA Finals, it was the Los Angeles Lakers. It was when they were playing the Pistons. You can ask my brother, because my brother and my dad, they were both rooting for the Pistons, and I was like, I'm going for Shaq. Huge Shaq fan growing up.
Huge Shaq fan?
I was actually not a Kobe fan. I was not a Kobe fan because I felt like he shot the ball too much.
What number did he wear in Orlando?
Shaq wore 32 in Orlando. I actually had a Shaq jersey.
You had a Shaq Lakers jersey.
Orlando jersey.
Okay, well that explains why you knew the number. You wouldn't have known that if you didn't have. But I'll digress off that. You're not allowed to switch it up. That's just not how. If you were not a fan of the Los Angeles Lakers when Robert Sacre was on the team, and you are over 7 years old, I'm not with you on that. Probably not over 7. It's been more than 7 years since Sacre, but I'm talking like the Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, like all of them teams that was like 30 and 52. Like those are the teams that you have to be a fan on if you're going to be a Laker fan in my field of view. You're a LeBron fan. You're not a Laker fan.
But I've seen the Lakers not make the playoffs. I've been a part of it. I felt the pain.
When?
All the time.
Yeah, no.
They didn't make it last year. They
No.
didn't make it in.
No.
What year was that? 2020?
No.
I've seen them not make the playoffs in my adult age twice.
No.
So I've seen the
No.
lows of the lows, and I've seen the mountain peak.
I'm
I've
sorry.
seen the apex.
I think you mean mountaintop, but no. That's
No, peak. Peak. The championship is the highest you can go, right?
I know, but
That's
a
the
peak. The people don't say mountain peak. They say mountaintop or peak. One of the two. You combine them. That's not what you.
Why can't I say the mountain peak?
You can say what I see. See, this is what we didn't got. No, we're getting sidetracked. I'm hoping that the Lakers can find a way to make the playoffs. I think if they make the playing game, Bron's prospective injury, we don't have a lot of information at this point. By the time this comes out, we'll probably have a little bit more. But like 8 weeks for recovery.
They said he'll be reassessed in 2 weeks.
It'll be reassessed. Weren't they like? Wasn't the prognosis 8 weeks today? Or was I watching the wrong sports show?
That was speculation.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Woj and Shams released something later this afternoon saying he's out for sure 2 weeks. At 2 weeks, they'll reassess him to see if he needs to be out longer or if he's ready to play. But yeah.
Okay. Well, wonderful news there from our NBA insider. Anyways, I am cautiously optimistic that this roster can make the playoffs. And it's not really because of, I wouldn't even say like ability, but I just think that they're playing really, really hard right now. Like guys are generally, from what I can see at least, they look turned up. They look really like they're aggressively moving towards a goal. Anthony Davis is playing really well. The new additions, some of them at least, are playing really well. So I'm cautiously optimistic that this team can make the playoffs. The schedule is relatively easy going down the stretch. So
Easiest schedule.
but I think they have to at least get to the 8th seed because I don't think they can win 2 playing games. That's the truth of it.
See, I don't know about that. I think they can get to. I think they'll get to the 6th seed.
Yeah, no, I think they can. I think they can get to the 6th seed, but that would require who's got to drop out. Mavs got to drop out. Who's 5?
Couldn't tell you right now.
Okay.
Oh, 5, I think, is the Clippers. They should be 5.
Okay, well, yeah, that's relatively possible that they could drop out. But just with the type of firepower that's in the West, I don't know if the Lakers, without Bron for 2 weeks, can find a way to get to 6. And I don't know what the Maverick schedule looks like. I don't know what a lot of those teams in that like 5 to 8 window schedule looks like. But that's really, really tough with the type of teams you're dealing with.
So we're at 12 right now. I think it's 3 teams that I know are going to.
They're at 12. Keep going.
They are going to drop out. 1, Jazz. They don't really want to make the playoffs. They kind of still want to be somewhat get a top draft pick.
I'm not worried about the Jazz. I'm not worried about the Jazz.
Jazz, they're going to fall out. Portland, they're still around that basically on the outside, trying to fight for a play-in. I don't think they're going to stay in. It's one more. Jazz, Portland. Who is the other one? It's one more. It's going to bother. I actually have to look this up. It's going to bother me if I don't. West standings. Oh, gotcha. Clippers are 5. Timberwolves, I don't think they're going to continue to. They're only two games ahead of the Lakers. I think Timberwolves fall out. Pelicans, Zion can't stay healthy, so I'm not too worried about the Pelicans.
Still scared of the Pelicans.
I'm not scared of the Pelicans. Zion play every 1 out of 5 games.
Yeah, but I mean, even with the way that I like a lot of their roster composition, even without Zion. So that would be.
Who do you like?
Bi Herb Jones. I think Alvarado's annoying, but he's very serviceable for what they want to do. Valanciunas is still a 10-10 guy. Um, some of their bench scoring. What's the dude that was in the dunk contest? And he probably ain't coming off the bench now that Zion's hurt. I haven't watched him in a while, but you know what I'm talking about.
I don't. I didn't watch the dunk contest. I'm thinking about it.
Young kid for the Pelicans. Where's 25?
Couldn't tell you, bro.
Anyways, like the roster composition, I think that they are going to be a team that ends up above the Lakers presently composed from a roster standpoint.
Nope.
And
Pelicans falling out.
that's fine that you believe that. I don't necessarily believe it. The teams that you need to worry about are 1 through 6 because those, I think, even with the Mavs victory that the Lakers got the other day, I think the Mavs are going to hit an upward trajectory going down the stretch. Again, this is all pending.
Clippers will start losing out since they have Russell Westbrook starting and playing over 25 minutes a game.
That's kind of aggressive haterism that you have projected.
They'll drop to the 7 or 8 seed.
Why do you think that, Byron? Are the Clippers not built for Russell Westbrook to have success?
No one is built for that.
Oh, okay.
He can't shoot. He's a turnover machine. And he's not, what's the word I want to say? He is not a.
How many players were the Lakers playing that weren't just good shooters? We'll say even good. How many players were on the floor for the Lakers at a given time that weren't good shooters?
Multiple,
right? The Clippers are going to put out Westbrook, Zubac, and Plumlee. That's it. That's the whole list of not good shooters.
What does that have to do with opposing teams putting their center on Russell Westbrook and Westbrook turning the ball over?
It has nothing to do with those two things. But what
That's
I'm
all
saying,
I'm saying.
no. But if I can sag off of Westbrook when he doesn't have the ball, he's still a threat to get to the rim when he does. So if he draws 2 and he can kick to a lot of non-Patrick Beverly shooters, then that's dangerous.
Why would they need 2? The big is just going to sit there and let him shoot his little terrible mid-range jumper that is a 40% chance of going in. And then if he actually tries to drive to the rim, they just block it or make him throw up a bad shot. Westbrook turns the ball over too much. No matter if it's he threw one, it was nobody near the guy. He just threw it down there. Turnover.
How does
he doesn't turn the ball over for pressure.
How did his first game go for the Clippers? Aside from his lack of defense, he's not going to provide much on the defensive end, especially
You're talking about where he had 7 turnovers.
How did his first game go? I'm not talking. Huh?
You're talking about where he had 7 turnovers.
What were his other statistics, Byron? Are you just
Hey, Ron, I don't care. If you turn the ball over 7 times, you need to be sitting where I'm sitting.
That it's that simple.
I believe in protecting the ball.
In his first game where he didn't know the offense, more than likely, I'm projecting here, but let's just say that he doesn't know the offensive structure because he's been there for 3 days. But he goes out and he performs well. Not exceptionally, but he performs well.
I disagree.
So it's impossible to have a good performance with 7 turnovers. That's what you're saying?
Yes. Yep. That is exactly what I'm saying.
That's dumb. That's stupid.
Okay, actually, wait. I take that back. If you have maybe 24 assists, sure.
Right, if you have 14, that's a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio.
That's not good for me. That's 14.
2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio is not good for you.
Nope. Because you have 7. You shouldn't have the ball in your hand if you turn the ball over every other time you pass it.
Let's move on before
Can the Lakers win it all?
Can the Lakers win it all as presently composed? No, but it's fun to think about. It's really fun to think about.
Do you know why they can't win it all?
I mean, I got some reasons, but you can go.
Darvin Ham is the number one reason why they can't win it all.
There you go. You always got a problem with the coach. You always got a problem with the coach. There's no time that you have not had a problem with the coach. Do you realize that?
Wait, Devon. I do need to get something off my chest. I want to apologize to Frank Vogel for anything that I've ever said bad about you. You may have played Avery Bradley too much.
You saying this
Your
like
offense
don't see it, but go ahead.
Your offense could have had a little bit better offense, but 10 out of 10 times I would take Frank Vogel back instead of Darvin Ham. This man doesn't know how to rotate players. He doesn't know. His offense is he has a couple of nice sets. Other than that, terrible. Defensive game plan. He may be worse than Silas in Houston. He just happens to have better players. If you put Darvin Ham on the Houston Rockets, Damian Lillard would have had 100 points last night.
Care to expand on you? You've told me what you hate about the defensive philosophy, but just go ahead and continue your rant.
That's all. I'm not going to get too deep in it because at the end of the day, he's still a man. And I need to respect everyone. However, I'm not calling for his job, but I'm not saying he should keep it either.
Okay, that's kind of calling for his job, but this is what I need y'all to know. Byron has become like he thinks he's Shams and Woj's like understudy for whatever reason, because he gonna send 17 groups of statistics anytime an NBA question is asked. And there's no reason for you to have that information offhand, sir. There's just no way. There's no way that you should know somebody. Like, you got seventh guy on the bench's player efficiency rating and his plus minus on the top. There's no reason that you should know that, bro.
You're exaggerating, bro. I just typically know most players that are relevant in the NBA.
That's not your job, man.
It's a hobby.
It's a weird hobby. It's strange.
Just like you know a lot about the NFL, I know a lot about the NBA.
I mean, but football is my job, though.
Basketball is my job, I feel like.
No, it's not. It's literally not. Basketball has nothing to do with it. You wear a suit to work. There's no basketball that is involved in your job.
So a man can't have hobbies nowadays.
No, you can have hobbies. I'm just saying it's strange. And weren't you a football player by trade?
Who said I enjoy football more than basketball? Because I sure don't. I maybe watch 5 NFL games a year.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and let's cut to the chase here. All right, very early. Who's coming out the West? Who's going to win the regular season title for the West? Who's going to have the best record in the West?
Nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets. Very good. We agree on that. What about the East?
It's looking like the Celtics. Even though the Bucks are on the run, I don't think they can catch up, though. I'm not sure how many games back, but I feel like Celtics have been pretty consistent most of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Can't. Look at that. We agreed on something. Now, who wins the title? Very, very early. Who wins the title?
Lakers.
Nah, man, I'm not even going to do that.
Lakers and
Be unbiased. Be unbiased and tell me who wins.
Lakers, and it's gonna be Lakers versus Bucks. I think Lakers pull it off.
That's insane that you think that they're gonna beat the Bucks. I'm gonna go to the exact opposite end of the spectrum here. I'm gonna pick the Celtics as my NBA champion right now.
Terrible decision.
I think
don't put your faith in Jason Tatum. That's what I was about to say before you even say anything.
No, but think about Giannis's development. Think about how Giannis had to kind of step his way through the playoffs until he became, the guy that dominated the Sun. I think Jason Tatum takes that step this year. Much as I hate to say it, I'll be rooting against him the whole way. My unbiased pick is the Boston Celtics.
The reason why I will say that they will lose because Jason Tatum thinks he's Kobe Bryant, without the Kobe Bryant skill?
I I disagree with the entirety of that assertion. I don't think he has Kobe Bryant skill, but I think he does kind of what he needs to do for them to be
I said
successful.
without the Kobe Bryant skill.
I know. I'm saying
Vince,
Jason Tatum does what he needs to do for them to be successful. Jaylen Brown is underrated as a two. They're the
he's
bench.
better than Jason Tatum, in my opinion.
I don't know about that. Bench is good. Rim protection is really good. Al Horford is 1,000 years old, but he's still serviceable. Marcus Smart, exceptional defender. So you go ahead and pick him. You better hope they win, because I'm definitely coming back to this and saying that I have like Negro Damas type projection ability.
I disagree, man. But
You get the Negro Damas reference?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Chappelle Show.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that episode.
Uncultured, man. Okay, who was Negro Damas?
I want to say Chappelle. I can't remember. I've seen that, and I remember that now.
No. Paul Mooney, R.I.P. Okay, well, that's enough NBA talk for one day. This is yours, so I'm going to let you spearhead this. What are we talking about, nature versus nurture?
So, everyone knows what nature versus nurture is. We can go on that a little bit afterwards. However, my question is, because I am a nurture person. Damani is a nature person, correct?
In terms of what? It depends on what we're talking about.
Just overall.
Overall, it's like 50-50.
No, you have to choose a side. Generally, which one are you? If you only can choose one, which one do you think has more of an impact on an individual?
50-50, bro. Just go accurate. You didn't tell me that I started, or would have see, it's communication. Anyway, go ahead.
But so I think nurture has a huge impact on who we are as people. However, your parents or whoever brings you up, they kind of shape how you think and everything like that, as well as like your environmental factors. And so my question is, if everyone shapes you one way to make where you will like certain things, how do children have different hobbies than their parents? For example, I'm a prime example where it worked. I grew up, my parents love sports, I love sports. However, there's some situations where like a dad will be really involved with their son, bringing them up through sports, and then they get older, they hate sports. They want to only do dance, or they only want to do write comic books, anything. I don't understand that. And I'm not going to say it's not normal. I just don't understand it. How does that impact nature versus nurture? Because I don't think someone just randomly likes something. I think you're taught every single thing that you know and feel.
Everything?
Everything. Well, not everything. 98% of things.
You got to think about like how people are just drawn to doing stuff naturally, and that goes from like, if you like make a motion like you're throwing something at a baby, they'll still like cover up, even though they don't know. Like nobody taught them to do that. It's just natural.
I've never seen that before. I do not think that is true.
That's 100% true. Look up the visual cliff. Like babies, even before you teach them that it's bad to like fall off of stuff, if you show them that there's like a cliff, they'll stop crawling like where the drop off is, and that's a horrible experience.
They don't want to die. They don't want to die.
Huh?
Because they don't want to die.
Yeah, but that's something that you naturally know. But I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere with this, right? So if we just look at like baseline stuff like that, and then go into like further stuff that like distinguishes people like from a propensity to catch stuff, like just the natural like want to. I'm trying to think what's even that. Like to eat certain foods and to not eat others. Like just naturally how your taste buds are set up. if you continue on that and just go into like parts of your mind that, for whatever reason, say that I'm just like a more physically, like I'm more inclined to like physical activity, then, and no wonder like certain people who like maybe their parents weren't super athletic, but they just end up like loving sports just because they love like the physical activity part of it. And that's like connecting a whole bunch of stuff that's probably like pieces of my unconscious mind, but that can contribute to like what I end up enjoying and what I don't end up enjoying.
Makes no sense.
Huh?
Makes no sense. Okay, let me slightly tweak my prompt here. Instead of thinking about it like physically and things like that, I kind of just want to look at it from an entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
I don't understand how, if you've been exposed to where you like sports, you like going to like your parents brought you all these basketball games. Growing up, you liked it, and then one day you just randomly say, I hate doing that. What I really want to do is arts and crafts. Nothing's wrong with arts and crafts, but I don't understand how you can have a propensity in your mind to like something for entertainment when basically your parents and environmental factors shape how your mind typically works and thinks.
I think the shape is the important question, and like the important word that you use there, because to shape something, like it already has to be there. You know what I'm saying? So if you're talking about like, let's talk about like babies and personality. I talked to a mom the other day that said, she's got one kid that's bouncing off the walls, super energetic, always wants to like talk and greet people, with a little wave or whatever. And then she's got one that's like super shy, never really loud, doesn't make a lot of noise. So naturally, they just like they took two different paths in that regard. And if you like take a step up from that, if one of them say goes on to like take a public relations job or somewhere where she's got to talk to people all the time, somewhere where she's like more outgoing in her work versus, the other one working from home, doing something where she doesn't have to talk to people as much. You can see how one translates into the other. Yes, or not translates, but just kind of leads on the path to the other, right? You can see that.
Nope, it's still, I think they're taught that at a young age, even as babies.
Byron, I asked for like the most basic agreement for you on certain things, and just because it doesn't support your point, you make that stupid face that you're making right now, and just say no, no, no. That's it.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with it. Okay, well, tell me why you don't agree with that. Please tell me why you don't agree.
Because I don't think. I think a baby has a completely blank slate. Like I think a baby's mind is a blank piece of paper, and at the end of the day. At this age that you are now, you have all these different instructions on that piece of paper.
But it's been pretty consistently psychologically proven that that's not true, though.
Psychologists be wrong all the time. Sigmund and Freud was wrong about a whole bunch of stuff.
Who?
Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund and Freud? Did you just say it?
I did say and the first time. I meant Sigmund.
And it like Simon and Garfunkel, boy. You see, you're not quite.
That's why I stopped. You see, I corrected myself before you said anything. Appreciate you. But anyway, yeah, they be wrong all the time, man.
And they pay you to practice law. We gotta start vetting these people better, man. We gotta start vetting these people better. Anyways. So if you've got multiple studies that prove, like pretty unequivocally, that, you can just look at the twin studies because they've separated people at birth at two very different.
It's impossible to treat twins the exact same. They learn from each other as well as learn from the parents.
Thank you, Byron. I just want you to know that we're talking about twin studies in which the twins were separated at birth. That's what we're talking about. So thank you. Again, see, you keep jumping in and being big wrong. You just let me talk.
Go ahead.
Anyway, they separated twins at birth and seeing how, like, even in different environments, their paths kind of evolve in similar ways. So when we're talking about like the extent to which nature plays a part, that proves that nature plays a part. But
Nope.
the differences in those twins when they are separated proves that nurture also plays a part. And you can look this up. This is all verified. I know. I promise you, this is all verified. But if we're saying that one category, and when I say we, I'm talking about like the community of psychological knowledge, and as if I'm a part of it, which I'm not. But it's saying that nature plays a part and nurture plays a part. You can kind of see how like those two things can be
I
inter
choose one.
in making people like certain things and not like others.
Nope. I think it may work with personality. I don't think it goes into what you like as hobbies.
How could that be the case?
Personality is how you goes into like how you act.
Okay, do you think that
It doesn't go into how you think. Is the difference?
okay, we both play football, right? Would you say that there are similar personality traits in a lot of football players? Not all, but I'm saying that there's similar personality traits in a lot of football players.
Like what?
Just general alpha, like male.
See, you
Not
can't even think. See,
no, I'm trying to find the way to like put it, but they're not generally like passive individuals, and not to say that like football players are like overly aggressive or anything, but I'm just saying like we're as a collective more alphas than we are betas. I'm just honestly, but that's like
I completely disagree with that.
okay, all right.
Because
Why
think
is
about this: you have a football team. How many of those? It's only like 4 leaders on the team at a time, and you have 120 players. Those other 116 are betas.
so it's impossible for an alpha to be led? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying everybody not alpha.
Okay, so if let's just go
So
to our
like, so how many kickers do you know? No offense to kickers, you call them alpha males?
how many kickers are on the team, Byron? What about the other like positional players, which make up the vast majority of the people out there?
Do you consider yourself an alpha male?
That's not important. But this is if we
No, but
talk.
this is very important.
No, it's
Do
not.
you consider?
I was
Can you answer the question?
I will say it this way. This is what I will say. And being an alpha male doesn't have anything to do with like where you sit on a hierarchy. It just means like your general like ability to or just want to be like at the top of the food chain. So when we're talking about like
Yes or no? Yes or
the
no?
and like all of the other stuff that plays in to like a football locker room, like it's a bunch of how can I describe this without saying?
It's not though.
Yes, it is.
It's really not. It's really not.
Okay. How many other locker rooms do you think that they like have just general like impromptu wrestling matches? How many other locker rooms do you think there are like that? Or how many other sections of life does that happen?
A lot. It happens
Not
at most corporate offices.
wrestling?
I've seen it.
How many
on
wrestling
TikTok,
matches
man.
you been at since you got the Earth, Wind, and Fire, whatever the name of your law firm is? You know I don't remember.
0. But I'm saying I've seen it on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. That's great, Byron. Thank you for. It's not even like you have anything to poke holes in my point. You just say no and decide what else is gonna come out of your mouth as you go.
Wait, so did you answer my question though?
What question?
Are you an alpha male?
I'm not answering. No,
Why are you not answering
there's
the
no
question?
right answer to that question. There's no right answer to that question. So I'm not gonna.
How is there no? Okay, can you tell me the pros and cons to each answer?
Yes is total lack of humility. No is I'm soft. So no, I'm not answering either one. I'm not answering either one.
Why can't you answer this?
You an alpha
No,
male?
no, bro. In some areas, at times. Generally, no. I'm a very cool, calm, laid back type of person.
Brian, you had a 2-day argument with me over who locked the front door, and you're saying that you're a cool, calm, and collected person. No, you're not. You're a lot. You
Yeah,
just
I
you.
am. However,
You're capping. You're on here capping, and I'm not finna stand for it. Frankly,
So,
I'm not finna stand.
wait. So you think Gandhi never got mad?
Did you just compare yourself to Gandhi?
I'm just saying I'm talking about a calm person.
Who isn't? He's not. He's
He's
far
not a
from.
great. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not a great. I said calm. That's why I said calm. He's
Anyway.
known typically to be calm.
Anyways, what? How did we get on this? How did we get on this?
Because you were talking about personalities and how
Hmm. I think similar personality traits exist in football players. I think similar personality traits exist in football coaches. I think similar personality traits exist, and I don't know a lot of lawyers. I know like 4 of them, and similar personality traits I've seen in them. I think that
okay.
generally,
Well, one more question. One more question
go ahead.
before you finish this. What similar personality traits does Ryan Pulley and Jalen Merrick have?
You, see, when I said most, I was saying I was trying to be like general. So if you have 120 guys on a football team, you're gonna have some outliers. You're gonna have people that are like way more on the like upside and way more on the downside. Jalen was very calm. Pulley, I don't know if he's had a calm day in his life to this day. So you're gonna have people on opposite ends of the spectrum. But I'm saying like most of the football players like to put it to you this way: for a coach to line us up 2 feet from each other and tell us to run into each other full speed. It takes a certain type of individual to do that. And there are certain people that love it, like myself, and there are certain people that don't on that team. But
Like
it takes
me.
a certain like threshold of individual to say, I am going to go out there every day and I'm going to do this. And I'm saying more people lie on the up end in football because of that. Not solely because of that, but it plays a part. It definitely plays a part.
I don't know if I can agree with that, man. So final question. You can't say 50-50. Does nurture or nature have more of an impact on an individual? Go.
51-49 nurture.
So I was right. Thank you. All right.
No,
Sounds good. Let's move on to the next one.
not even close.
I think it's 80-20.
No way. No way. And I think it depends on the individual, honestly.
It's okay for you. Are you 50-50?
Hard to tell.
You have not answered anything today.
I haven't, but it's generally hard to tell, right? Because if I grew up without, here's the reason it's hard to tell, right? So I grew up in a 2-parent home. I am, if you talk to my sister, my brothers, most of the people that know both of us well, my mother for sure, I'm a lot like my father. I'm a lot like my father. I have certain traits that are similar to my mother as well, but my father's the one I always get to comp because I'm a lot like him, and I know I'm a lot like him. So if it was all nurture, because I mean my mom was kind of around me more, why am I not more like her than I am like him?
You actually asked me?
Yeah.
Possibly because maybe your mother brought you up in a light to be like your dad because that is what she likes.
Not at all. No, not at all. Not at all.
Because typically, guys end up being like more like their father. Typically,
Yeah, but that kind of contributes to my argument though. If we're talking,
nurture.
but she didn't
You're
bring.
nurtured to be like the father because that's like the head of the household. Well, not the head of the household, but you know what I mean. It's like
No,
that is if you want your son to be like the father, you want the daughter to be like the mother.
Yeah, but if I was around, oh, well, put it to you this way. If I was around her more, if I saw her doing things more, I was able to like learn and observe from her on a more consistent basis, then why did I end up more like my father?
Oh, you were just a hater.
No, that's not at all what it was. Do you think that you're like a nature guy or a nurture guy? Yeah, you've
Nature.
already kind of did that. How? Like how did that work out?
What do you mean? How did it work out?
I mean, you like 50-50, like both parents? Because I should ask Brandon this. This is who I should ask. Do you
I'm more
feel
like
like,
my mother.
in what ways?
All kinds of ways.
All right, man. You know what? That's a good enough answer for me because I've had about enough of this conversation. I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out. That is a good
Mm.
enough segue. We're gonna talk about a lot of contemporary R&B artists. I'm gonna take us back for a second. All right. My Twitter, for whatever reason, is filled with R&B throwback videos. I don't follow the account. It pops up all the time. But I'm gonna click on them R&B throwbacks. Even if it's 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I gotta hear it. Keith Sweat, Right in a Wrong Way, came up on my timeline yesterday. Beautiful song. Go listen to it. I had to listen to it this morning. It was a concert. He brought a girl up out the front row, sang to her, caressed, had his hand in the small of her back. She melting and just she's so happy. And I got to thinking, you know, what if our man spent his hard-earned money to put her in those seats,
Mm.
and Keith Sweat led her on stage by hand and did that in front of, let's say, 10,000 people? How do you live with yourself? So, Byron, my question to you.
No, 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 no.
No, yeah.
No, you first. You
No,
first.
no. This is how the person that introduced the topic is to do it.
No, you first.
Why?
Are you staying with your girl?
All right, this might be my cry for help when y'all learn that I'm not generally like, this is a bad answer. And I know it's a bad answer. It's an honest answer. But I know it is a bad answer. I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
Why? Why would you not be able to do it? And why is it a bad answer?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't know how fragile my ego was until I formed these thoughts.
Mm.
Because at that moment, like if you take me back to the song came out in '87, say he toured in '89. If you took me back to 1989 and I was her man, if you pan the camera to me, there'd be tears welling up in the side of my this.
Tears? See, I won't think I would have cried from.
No, I'm not saying I would have cried. I'm saying
You
like
would have.
you know that like hurt, like the hurt well up that you get when you're trying to keep it all together. You know what I mean? Like that soft smile. That's where I'd be. That's where I'd be.
But you're better than that.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think I'm better than that.
Mm.
So obviously, this is like a super niche scenario. Like this is a really, really like this is a one off. But I feel like your answer says something about how fragile your maybe not your ego. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun question. Your girl gets invited on stage. Chris Brown, no, not Chris Brown. Too many scandals.
That's the one I saw on Twitter. That's Chris Brown.
Huh?
Cut the lights off. Right as like he went in on her. Cut the lights off and camera off. Put it like this. Soon as she would have got up from the seat or as soon as her hand touched the stage. You know they got to pick her up to get on stage. all the pictures off Instagram deleted. Done. Immediately.
And you support that. You think that that's the right way to look at it.
Yep.
I don't think it's the right.
Let me tell you why though. It's
Why?
cheating. I believe it's cheating. And so if I think it's cheating, the part where my ego comes in is when they get it on TikTok, they got it on Instagram, all her little friends sweet. Oh, I wish that could have been me, so and so. Now your girl viral for being up on stage with a famous person. So then look, you already know what's gonna happen. You in your little group chat, your boy's gonna say, "Hey, yo, Byron, this your girl?" Then what you gonna say? Nah, see, I'm not. They're not about to get me.
All right, what if it's not like excessive? Like the Keith Sweat was, he wasn't like crazy, but I'm saying like he up there just all in the face, hugging on it. That's what if like he take her by the hand and he just singing to her.
What he singing to her?
There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody.
Okay. If I can go sing that to a random girl on the street and hold her hand like that, and my girl don't got a problem with it, we cool.
I feel like that's a very, very.
I feel like it's about respect. That's all I want in a relationship.
It's a one-time opportunity. Like you're not gonna get the opportunity. She's not going to get that opportunity again. And it's her favorite art. Let's say it's her favorite art. Somebody she really like. You got the tickets for a birthday because it's her favorite art.
Hey, bro, if I pay for the ticket and she go on that stage, I might sue her. I need my money back. I need my money back. See, that's what we not gonna do, bro. Because we're like this. Is that one little song with Keith Sweat or whoever it is that worth forever with me being gone?
But should that be the choice she has to make though?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't think
you don't see me on stage with who?
Mariah the Scientist.
You don't see me on stage with her.
All right. She call you up on stage. You there with your lady. What you doing?
I'm doing the godly thing.
I'll DM her this video. I'll see if she watches. I would DM Mariah the Scientist this video and tell her.
I'm just gonna have to sit there.
Huh?
I'm just gonna have to sit there. Keep singing the songs.
You don't even believe it. You can't even keep a straight face because you don't believe it. There's no way. There's no way.
Plus, she's in a committed relationship. Sadly.
Anyways.
Wait. So you going up there for Mariah to call you up?
Huh?
You heard what I said. You going up there for Mariah the Scientist call you on stage?
Nah, man.
See, we're not being truthful on this podcast. Tell the truth. Say it with your chest.
Not doing it. Can't do it.
But yeah, I feel like it's cheating, and that's why I feel the way that I feel about this.
I don't feel like it's cheating though. Like it's like.
How's it not cheating? You're being intimate with someone else.
Huh?
You're being intimate with someone else.
How is it intimate if it's like in front of everyone? Well, I guess that's not a good way to look at it. But like it's like part of the concert experience to a certain degree. Like it's
it's 10,000 other people out there. Well, okay, put it like this: he ain't call up another man if it ain't intimate. He called my girl. That's where I got a problem with. I got a problem with him for calling my girl, and I got a problem with my girl for going up there. So there's two issues in this. And I'm going to be the third issue because I'm gone.
Yeah, you're worse than me, bro. You're definitely worse than me on that. I'm trying to think. It's like a comparison. Like it's like. I want to clarify. I'm not where you at. I don't think it's cheating. I think it's like part of. That's it. It's just like an ego thing. Just an ego thing. Like you finna call like my girl up there, run her for 5 minutes, and then just give her back to me? Like, nah, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
See, I think the way you think of it is worse. I feel like it's ownership with you. Like my girl, you doing this and that. Mine is just you cheating, so I'm breaking up with you because you cheating. I think mine is better than yours.
It's an interesting assessment. I don't feel like it's maybe the way I describe it sounds possessive, but I'm saying like we had something, and
You
this
see this
this
again.
dude was so important he could just be like, hey, y'all just break that off for a second. I'm gonna just go ahead and borrow this one for a second. Then y'all can go back to having something. Like that's I know that's a bad way to look at it, but that's how I see it.
Okay. A question going off of that. She goes on the stage. She goes through the show ends. She goes through the back. Eventually, she come out.
The show
Y'all
ends,
get
it goes to the back.
yeah, because you know she can't just hop back down. She got to go to the back for like 5 minutes or so.
Byron,
Wait, just wait.
I don't care what kind of drop off is on that stage. If she don't hop off that stage,
Sure know what stage
she's
what?
not even gonna ride home, dog. Like there's no way. There's no way.
She can't take
I,
a picture in the back.
I will spend my hard-earned money to make sure every Uber is tied up
Get the
between.
money.
I will.
Wait, so she can't. So she can't take a picture in the back. After.
Oh, absolutely not. There's no way. There's no way. And then see, this is you see, we getting into more stuff. That's probably the wrong answer. I'm being honest. There's no way. She take a picture in the back. I'm out. I'm out. There's no debating. I won't even be there for the end of the concert, bro.
Okay. Okay. Let's not do that. She's on stage. He do all the stuff. Can she post a video after?
I mean, we already clarified that she probably can't even do that. So if she posts a video, yeah, I'm
What about her friends post a video?
out of there, man.
Okay, so she doesn't post anything, but okay, she doesn't post anything. She dance happen on stage. Y'all get in the car. Do you say anything,
Hey,
or is it a
if we
quiet ride?
if I'm on the fence, right? I'm on the fence. If we get in the car, first and foremost, we're riding in silence the whole way home. Ain't no music. You ain't gonna be by me yet. You've had enough music for the night. She hum his song. She hum it. Car stop. Get out.
Hey, Devon, you know the funny thing? Because as you're on the way to the concert, whoever concert you're going to, that's probably who's gonna be the last song you have played. If you're like prepping up for the concert, you hop in the car, his song immediately coming out.
White. I don't care who it is. Last night, if it's J. Cole or Jay Z, I'm gonna have to. I blame her, but
Mm.
I couldn't. Or Drake. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I couldn't stop listening to Drake.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's like never mind. I'm gonna say what I thought you were thinking.
And let me be perfectly honest. All right, fellas. I hope that this doesn't encourage you to ask, but if you ask it later this evening, all right, pick your favorite R&B, your favorite rap artist, or if you really want your feelings hurt, hers, and ask her if she would go up on stage. If she says no, she lying, and you know it. You know it. You'll be able to see it in her eyes. There's no right answer that you can get because if she says no, you're gonna see it in her eyes that it's a lie, and if she says yes, you're gonna be crying and throwing up. Maybe not
So,
that.
so for the reverse, you were lying.
Huh?
So for the reverse, if a girl asks you your favorite R&B artist, are you gonna say yes or no? Because earlier you said no,
I
and
can just
I feel like that was a lie.
the audio is messing up, bro. We gotta go ahead and end the show.
Yeah. Well,
It should be. We should be about done, right? Just nod your head if yes, because I can't hear you.
nope.
We're not done.
You know
What
what?
else you?
Answer the question. Be honest.
Oh, that last question you asked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going up on stage, man. Come on. You know me. I'm better than that. I wouldn't go up on stage.
I've seen you do worse.
And on that note, we are done here. We're finished. We appreciate you rocking with us. Like I said, Byron and I are going to get more consistent on this. We need to get our days worked out. We got some interesting life stuff coming up, but we're gonna get it figured out. We appreciate you. Leave a like, leave a comment on the video. Byron, you got anything else for the people?
We appreciate y'all. Hey, let us know who you would go on stage for if they called you up there. We already know who the money goes on stage for. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Show Thief gonna play us out.
You gon' pass it, you gon' shoot. I stood tall. When you make it through the struggle and the pain, do you get your umbrella off the chance that it might rain? I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, you could try to count me out, but you ain't gonna ever hold me down. When I see my people going through it, I put the blame on me. And I see my homie lose his mind, but I gave him his first taste of lean. I ain't gonna lie, that really hurt me, but I had to close the curtains. And one thing I learned on Lion King is everybody gotta eat. Never tell a party, let me get a whole piece. And nah, little homie, can't get that from me. You play football, you got a bright future, you supposed to see you on the TV. And I said, that's true, and I'm gonna do it, but I really gotta make something happen. And I probably could've asked my family for something, but instead I started hitting licks with daddy. I ain't gonna lie, that turned me to a savage. Really living life like a bandit. And then Murph told me, keep your head on, man, don't do nothing reckless. But now I'm older now, I'm a grown man. Go to church every Sunday, I'm a praying man. You ain't gonna never see me fall, I'm always standing. One thing I do is stick to the plan. When you